What's going on, my tiddly bitch? It's Man the Caveman here. And yeah, I mean, ain't a whole lot going on this week. You know, it's that slow, wintry type stuff, whatever is happening. Stuff is like trickling out, blah, blah, all that good stuff. But what is it to be a collector? You know, like I feel like some people don't seem to understand, or I feel like they lost it along the way. Like I think like life comes at you in decades. So like the ages of 1 to like 10,
everything is awesome,
are like really good years. You know, you have this sense of like wonder and there's this cool stuff. And I'm speaking off experience. I know everything's a little different and generations get stuff passed down. From 1 to 10,
everything is awesome,
it's just amazing. You're overloaded with all the cool shit and everything. And then from like 10 to like 20, you know, you're finding out more cool shit, maybe like comics and stuff like that. And, you know, all this kind of stuff. And it's become more like kind of like mainstream and trendy over time, I noticed. Being like this certain way when I was growing up at that age wasn't a cool thing, you know, but it didn't matter to the people that it wasn't a cool thing. Like if you were that person and it wasn't cool, it didn't matter to you. You know, you were still you. I feel like people kind of like jumped on stuff. But also at the same time, it's like if it's not you and you're just jumping on, it's like you kind of just did it for a reason when it's not really you. Well, I've always been this way, you know? So like I said, it comes in decades. So 1 to 10, awesome. Loving all the stuff, toys, video games, blah, 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 blah. 10 to 20, you know, is good. You know, you're still dabbling in all that stuff. Like I said, just being yourself. Not giving a fuck what other people think, you know. Sure, you're more into like, you know, girls or guys, whatever you like, you know, of course. And then 20 to like 30, you're partying, and let's be real, you're probably doing some fucking drugs or whatever, you know. Like stay away from the hard shit, you know. Don't overdo anything, of course, but you know, have a good time.
Shit happens.
I feel like a lot of people haven't woken up in a running shower, fully clothed. Fucking, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but hey, that's an experience. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, so 30 to 40 would be the next one, which I am just out of that range. But I feel like 20 to 30, you're working and you're getting more responsibilities. You're still partying, rent and bills and blah, 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 blah. Maybe you have a little monkey running around. You're still trying to keep your dreams and cool stuff. You're still like the stuff that you like, you know, you still have it at heart. And I feel like people have lost that or lose it over time. And that's sad. They get bitter and sour. And there's plenty of things in this like hobby and all that stuff that will make you bitter and sour and frustrated without the actual life factor of making you bitter and frustrated. Let's be realistic. I mean, all this stuff is meant to be enjoyed. You know, that's really what I'm getting at, you know? The older you get, the more you don't want to waste fucking energy.
Seriously.
Like you ask why a lot, that's for sure. But you don't want to waste any fucking energy unnecessarily. You know, that's really what it is. But then you hit 30 to 40s and it starts to kind of click a little more. You know, you're more established. Hopefully you're more established and you're still grinding out. You're still doing your thing. You got some confidence. You could still enjoy things you want to enjoy. Then like the closer you get to 40, you start to come back full circle, because like 40 to 50, yeah, I'm in that range now. I know I still look like I'm in the 20 to 30 range, but I'm not. So 40 to 50, the closer you get to that, I do think that you just come full circle, because like I said, you just want to enjoy shit. You know, you don't want to waste energy, and you want those dopamine fixes, and you don't know. You know, you can get hit by a fucking bus, not to be dark. I'm not saying people aren't allowed to have their opinions and their gripes. I've got plenty of them. But I do my best to try to enjoy things, because there's enough frustrating bullshit out there to get to you anyway. And I mean, you know, like some people, they get older and they lose that spark. You know, they lose that spark. And it's sad because it's like you need to keep that. You know, you really do need to keep that because, as I said, there's just plenty of bitter, sour shit, rough times, and everything that just comes at you as you're older. Like it's gonna happen anyway. So why not try to enjoy shit that's meant to be enjoyed? I'm not that person that's gonna. What am I gonna do? Get into politics? Ugh, yuck. Don't get me started on that shit. This is not the place for that. I don't do that here. Like I said, just trying to enjoy shit. And you know, having a critique on a fucking action figure or a movie is completely different than having control over people's lives and all that. Let me just leave it at that. And yeah, I mean, seriously, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation and everything. You know, like I've always kind of been this way. I've always liked cool shit, and I never lost the spark. Did you lose your spark? All right, like, you know, like these are real questions and everything that I feel should be more talked about that aren't talked about. I don't get it, man. Like you gotta enjoy things, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What's your story? Have you been here since the beginning? Or, you know, it's okay, man. It's okay. It really is okay. This is non-judgmental, you know, just a little open-minded, some critical thinking, you know, don't take shit too personal. Let's be grown as adults here, okay? Anyway, guys, you know me. Always on the lookout for cool stuff to bring to you. Always calls it how it sees it. And I'll catch you guys next time in the cave.